The world is demanding change with how cryptocurrencies are managed, how they're mined, and how they're built. And today we're going to take a look at the Algorand ecosystem and what they're doing today and currently to kind of meet and challenge those expectations that are out there. I'm TI with TradeX Academy. If you like our content, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. As we start to take a look around Algorand, we see how this layer one has really kind of blossomed into something very, very diverse. This chart is actually from November of 2021, so several months back, and it has grown about double this size since this infographic was actually initially first released. Taking a look at the overall chart on Algorand, you can see they're back in an area of pretty significant importance in their history. Kind of had an all-time high here back in 2020. Came back, turned that into support, and we're right back sitting at that support level below most of the major moving averages. The price might be at that place on the chart where there's that opportunity to get back into what Algorand is building and start seeing kind of the returns that we've seen on some of these other coins that are out there. However, we're not here to talk just about the chart today. We're taking a look at the entire ecosystem. Algorand, being its own layer one, has very quickly expanded across many exchanges in many different markets and pairings. As you can see here on the CoinGecko website, you can pretty much find Algorand in every country on every major centralized exchange there is out there. The interesting thing about Algorand is their growth into the decentralized finance space. This is one of the fastest growing areas on Algorand, and despite its excessive diversity across centralized exchanges, it continues to grow in diversity across the decentralized finance ecosystems. Algorand itself is, of course, one of those layer one blockchains trying to solve the infamous problem, the trilemma of blockchain technology. They do this through a different method than a lot of the other ones, and based out of MIT back in 2017, the pure proof of stake consensus algorithm is the backbone to how all of this is obtainable. And they are able to do some things that a lot of the other layer ones really kind of struggle with, and that is balancing those three things: the scalability, the security, the decentralization across their protocol. They implement a number of different methods and techniques to do this, and we're not going to dive in deep to the consensus specifically today, but what we are going to look at is what has grown and changed in the last few months for Algorand. We talked a lot about decentralized finance, but that often comes with kind of just an on-chain, people already in crypto participating, and really doesn't draw in new people or the general public. We don't see that overall global adoption that we're hoping for. And as we kind of go back and take a look at what they've been doing, a number of folks may remember LimeWire, one of those places you used to be able to go and download your MP3s and movies and all that kind of stuff back in the day. And it is partnered now with Algorand, one of its most recent partners. They do have several other partners in major areas throughout decentralized finance, stablecoin generation, and even into infrastructure projects and Oracle bases. But their primary claim to fame is how they are not just fast, scalable, and decentralized, but they're carbon negative. And they already did this. They did this last year. A lot of projects are talking about getting carbon negative and their environmental impact being challenged, reversed, or used sometimes just as a marketing ploy. Algorand was developed with these things in mind, and as the world becomes more and more carbon-centric, we are seeing some pretty big things happen for Algorand across the board. They have been criticized for not marketing very well or very much in the past. It looks like this 22nd of April, just a few days from recording this video, is Earth Day. And on Earth Day, Algorand has taken all of the billboards in Times Square, and they will participate in a little bit of advertising and a little bit of marketing, and then turn them off. This will be perhaps one of the first times ever that these billboards have all been turned off at the same time. This is one of the brightest, most active, most advertised spaces in the entire world, and Algorand is stepping in the name of Earth Day, of being carbon neutral, and explaining that blockchain technology can be productive, both ecologically as well as economically and functional and through their functionality. Very, very interesting push on their part. They are also touting responsibility, and you can see this article comes back from 2020. This just goes back to reiterate over and over again how Algorand thought of a lot of the issues that are coming up and dealt with them first. They became carbon neutral in 2021. They became somebody very concerned with anti-money laundering and know your customer transactions, and got on board with chain analysis right away to make sure they're compliant and that they can stretch their legs across the regulatory landscape of the world. What we're seeing here now and what we saw back here with these exchanges is a testament to a project that put the work first, the advertising, the marketing, and the hype second, and came out with a true unique layer one blockchain that may in fact solve most of the problems that we're seeing in this space today. The Algorand founder has been much more vocal recently, conducting a number of different interviews. And at Paris Blockchain Week, they had an exclusive interview with him, which can be found on YouTube. And this is through the Cointelegraph YouTube channel. And he goes on to talk about how things are going for Algorand and why they really kind of are at that point now where they're able to kind of dismiss the naysayers and really kind of separate themselves from a lot of the competition that's out there. Of course, something very important comes up right now, and it's being made more and more evident by some other prominent names in this industry as well. And that is that good regulations make for better markets, not just better markets, but more functional products. And I think Algorand is one of those that has gone ahead, positioned themselves very, very well in order to deal with these regulations. He goes on to say that within the next year, speculation will disappear and real world use cases in the blockchain will start. We're getting sick and tired of the concentration of our wealth that he believes blockchain technology can level that playing field across the world. Very interesting. So a lot of kind of financially money-based comments there, but also a foreshadowing of what is to come. Algorand has committed over $15 million over 5 years to environmental nonprofit Climate Ride. And in this partnership, again, just another stab at this massive trend in environmental consciousness, environmental responsibility that they are all over right now. This might not be the marketing and the hype that you are looking for in some of your meme coins and some of the new play to earn games that are out there. But when you're looking for stable and reliable investments that are sitting in places that could potentially be kind of the foundation of where you're setting up yourself as a trader or investor, Algorand is one that should be very high on your list. It is fundamentally an exceptionally strong, sound project, building very quietly, but very quickly. And they are going to bring some very, very big things into the mix in the very near future.